Hi everyone, welcome into this week's My Weekly CBS Fix. I hope you had a great week. This week's video is dedicated in loving memory of my dear aunt, Sarah Isaacson, who was the Rebbitzin of my dear uncle, may he live and be well, the Rebbe of CBS, of Congregation Beth Solomon, the mother of Rabbi Shlomi. So may this video act as a merit for her, and may it give her an aliyah of her neshama. In this week's Parsha, Parshas Raje, the Torah tells us a mitzvah that if there is a city of Jewish people who have turned against Hashem and have all decided to serve other gods, so the Torah says that there's a mitzvah to wipe out that entire city, lay it desolate, no money can be taken from there, everything has to be killed, everybody in there has to be wiped out. And the Torah says, now while you're knocking out the city, Hashem will give you mercy. So what does this mean? So the Chavetz Chaim explains that normally when a person does a good deed, it engenders good character in the person. And when a person does a bad deed, it elicits evil character traits to come out of the person. And so therefore there's an incredible fear over here that when men are going throughout the city and killing everybody that is obligated to be destroyed, they were certainly afraid that there would be corruption to their own character. To this the Torah says, no, v'nasan l'cha Hashem will give you mercy and you'll be able to carry it out, meaning the mercy that you'll have is an innate mercy that you still have inside of you, and you'll be able to continue to be a merciful person the rest of your life to whomever is deserving of mercy. That is what the Chavetz Chaim explains, and what I would like to discuss with you is, why is that? Why should that be? Why is it that if we're murdering somebody, and we're actually not murdering them, we're killing them, there's a difference. But why is it though, if we're doing a cold-blooded act of murder or killing them, why is there no concern that we will actually turn into more cruel and cold-blooded? So 3 quick answers to share with you. The first one is a very simple answer. Whenever a person does a mitzvah, and if it's the mitzvah of Hashem, then you're protected. It's not necessarily the action that's being done, but rather whether what you're doing is a mitzvah or if it's an avera, if it's a mitzvah or if it's a sin. So if it's a sin, that will corrupt your character. If it's a mitzvah, it won't. And so therefore, no matter what the mitzvah is, it will always be good to you. So the people out there that might think that we're crazy because we mutilate our 8-year-old or 8-day-old children when they're born by giving them a circumcision, we don't consider it mutilation. We consider it doing a mitzvah that Hashem gave to us, and thankfully nobody's actually suffered from it. And so therefore, we're not necessarily concerned about the act per se, or we want to know, is it a mitzvah or not? It is a mitzvah, so therefore the mitzvah protects. That's first of all. Second of all, the reason why when you kill somebody in cold blood, you're actually doing the mitzvah because, like our sages teach us, anybody who has mercy on somebody who is cruel ends up being cruel to somebody who deserves to have mercy given their way. If we don't wipe out the Ir Nidachas, the wayward city, like we are commanded to do, we think that we're being nice, but ultimately at the end of the day, we're actually being cruel, because these people will continue to spread their way of life to others and subject others to also not following Hashem or to other sins that they do. And so therefore they're actually ruining the populace around them. And so therefore when we kill them, we're actually doing an act of mercy, because we're having mercy on everybody else and all the other Jewish people that don't want to stray after other gods and they actually want to serve Hashem. And another thing we have to understand, that like Company spoke a few weeks ago, that life is like an equalizer. At every single time in life, a certain character trait is called for. And for those of you who don't know what an equalizer is, but on a music, so there's different scales for the bass, for the treble, for the balance, whatever it is, everything has to be slid up and down just to have the right music come out. And at times in life, we got to slide up certain character traits that right now it's time for the midah, for the character trait of gvura, which means to be strong. Sometimes it's for the character trait of humility. And so therefore we got to raise that one up. Every time it calls for something. And so therefore this is actually teaching us that there are times actually that our midah, our character trait of gvura, of might, has to come to the forefront. We have to do the will of Hashem. And so therefore, at those times, Hashem is also telling us, don't worry, even then, I will still instill inside of you more mercy. And by the way, don't tell me about King David. You may know that King David was not allowed to build a temple because he was a man of blood. But not because he was really a man of blood, but because that's how people perceived him, and therefore he could not build Hashem's temple. But really, he was a man of Hashem, and he was really a man who did mitzvahs. That was just a sidebar that I wanted to share with you. Anyway, have a great Shabbos. Thank you for listening. And again, I hope this video acts as a merit for Sarah Lif Shabbos, Rabbi Yosef. Thank you for listening, and have an amazing Shabbos.